In the shadows of early 19th century England, a young Mary Shelley was navigating a world pulsing with intellectual fervor and personal turmoil. Born to the liberal thinkers William Godwin and Mary Wollstonecraft, who advocated for Enlightenment ideals and women's rights, Mary was steeped in radical ideas from an early age. But alongside this intellectually rich upbringing lay a haunting legacy. Her mother died shortly after giving birth, leaving Mary both haunted and inspired by the specter of creation and death. As she roamed the halls of her father's literary circle, she encountered not only the great works of romantic poets, but also the provocative ideas of scientists experimenting with the boundaries of life. This complex interplay of personal grief and revolutionary thought ignited a spark within her, one that would later manifest in her most famous creation, a creature wrested from the brink of death itself. As Mary matured, the tumult of her relationships further shaped her vision. Her marriage to the poet Percy Bysshe Shelley brought its own set of complexities, including the tragic loss of their children and the weighty expectation of a literary legacy. With each heart-wrenching experience, Mary absorbed the raw emotions and dark passions swirling around her, feeding her growing fascination with mortality and the consequences of unchecked ambition. Encounters with luminaries like Lord Byron and the challenge of competing in their literary code of ethics inspired her to carve out her own voice. It was during that fateful summer in Geneva, where their notorious gathering gave birth to the idea of Frankenstein, that she took a fateful step towards embracing the Gothic elements swirling around her. What would her life and her writing look like when steeped in the very fear of creation itself? This crucial moment would prove pivotal, stitching together her emotional turmoil with the mysteries of alchemy and the supernatural, urging her to explore the forbidden realms of knowledge and existence. As readers move through the pages of Frankenstein, they encounter not just a haunting tale of creation, but a profound exploration of societal expectations, the quest for knowledge, and the darkness hidden in the human soul. Each character pulses with the anguish of unfulfilled dreams and the desire for connection, revealing an undercurrent of despair and longing that mirrors Mary's own experiences. Delicately woven into the narrative are echoes of the vibrant and sometimes grotesque alchemical pursuits of her time, inviting readers to ponder the cost of hubris and the enigmatic dance between life and death. Mary Shelley's journey from a bereaved daughter to a groundbreaking author is not merely a story of literature. It's an exploration of the very magic and myth that shaped her vision. What connects the dots between personal tragedy and fiction becomes a powerful invitation, a call to explore the depths of emotion entwined with the arcane, challenging us to confront what lies beneath both the page and our own lives. In the heart of the Enlightenment, a revolution was unfolding, a quest for knowledge that stirred the minds of scholars and dreamers alike. Alchemy, often dismissed as mere superstition, was undergoing a reinterpretation, merging with emerging scientific thoughts and philosophies about the nature of life, death, and the very essence of existence. This curious blend fascinated Mary Shelley, who lived during a time when the boundaries between science and magic were increasingly blurred. The alchemical tradition offered a means to wrestle with profound questions. What is the soul? How can life be created? Victor Frankenstein, much like the alchemist before him, sought to unlock these mysteries. But his journey into the unknown raises chilling implications about the moral limits of that pursuit. Could it be that in the quest for knowledge, one risks losing everything, including their very humanity? Consider the iconic imagery and experiments that haunt the pages of Frankenstein. The quest for the Philosopher's Stone, a metaphor for ultimate knowledge and enlightenment, becomes not just an alchemical allegory, but a catalyst for Victor's tragic tale. By striving to transcend natural boundaries, he embodies the consequences of unbridled ambition, a theme that held great relevance during Mary Shelley's lifetime. This era saw remarkable scientific advances alongside the lingering mysteries associated with the occult, prompting debates about the ethical implications of scientific exploration. As we traverse these themes through Shelley's narrative, we uncover how the alchemical fixation on transformation parallels Victor's relentless drive to resurrect the dead, each endeavor rich with potential, yet fraught with peril. What happens when curiosity becomes obsession? It is a question that resonates powerfully both in literature and in the modern world. As Victor's creature lurches to life, the story serves as a stark reminder of the duality inherent in the pursuit of knowledge, its ability to elevate the human experience or plunge it into chaos. This exploration of ambition invites viewers to confront the ethical dilemmas faced by those who dare to tamper with the natural order. Through Victor's prying into the secrets of creation, we witness the dark side of enlightenment, a cautionary tale echoing throughout the annals of history. Shelley's integration of alchemical thought into her narrative not only enhances the Gothic suspense, but also aligns with the darker aspects of the human condition, inviting us to ponder the true implications of what it means to play God. How far are we willing to go in our quest for understanding, and at what cost? As we connect these threads of alchemy, science, and morality, we engage in an exploration that urges us to look beyond the creature and into our own souls, ultimately revealing that the real fears of humanity may lie not in the horror of creation, but in the hubris of our own ambition. In the chilling corridors of Gothic literature, Mary Shelley found a rich source of inspiration that would shape her seminal work, Frankenstein. The novel unfolds in a haunting landscape filled with desolate castles, icy mountains, and eerie laboratories, each setting a character in its own right, amplifying the emotional turmoil of those who inhabit them. The imagery Shelley employed invites readers into a world where nature mirrors the characters' inner struggles. As Victor Frankenstein ventures into the frozen wastes of the Arctic, we feel the oppressive silence and the crushing weight of isolation that echoes the monster's own plight. The Gothic ambience not only enhances the horror, but also deepens our connection to the central themes of alienation and the monstrous aspects of humanity. How do these dread-laden environments shape the characters' fates and feed their inner demons? That's a question we cannot ignore. As we scrutinize the characters populating this dark narrative, we cannot overlook the profound impact of Gothic tropes on their development. Victor's obsessive ambition transforms him into a figure of tragedy, a once noble scientist whose relentless pursuit of knowledge distorts his very essence. Meanwhile, the creature embodies a visceral horror that forces us to confront our definitions of monstrosity. Both figures exist in a liminal space, caught between humanity and horror, drawing upon the reader's deepest fears and curiosities. The creature's physical deformities prompt questions about societal rejection and the nature of identity, striking a chord that resonates well beyond the pages. Shelley's characters echo the haunting specters of previous Gothic works, prompting us to consider the legacy of those who came before her. What does true monstrosity mean, and how does it reflect on society's treatment of the other? Through the lens of Gothic literature, Frankenstein becomes more than just a tale of horror. It evolves into a complex exploration of the human condition. The juxtaposition of beauty and grotesqueness, love and rejection, invites readers to contemplate not only fear, but the fascinating allure of the unknown. Other literary influences, such as the works of Edgar Allan Poe and Anne Radcliffe, imbue Shelley's narrative with layers of psychological complexity and emotional depth that linger long after the last page is turned. This interplay between fear and fascination beckons us to explore the drives that propel both creator and creature towards their tragic ends. As we witness their tumultuous confrontations and harrowing choices, we are left questioning our own existence and the moral dilemmas woven into the very fabric of creation. In examining this rich interplay of Gothic imagery, we are challenged to recognize that within each shadowed corner, there lies a reflection of ourselves and our darkest fears. At the heart of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein lies a provocative question that challenges our perceptions of good and evil. Who is the true monster, the creator or the creation? Victor Frankenstein, often seen as the tragic protagonist driven by hubris, embodies the age-old struggle against the boundaries of nature and morality. Much like the mythical Prometheus, who stole fire from the gods to gift humanity with knowledge, Victor seeks to harness life itself, igniting a series of catastrophic consequences. As we explore Victor's motivations and moral failings, we begin to see that his relentless pursuit of knowledge pushes him into a realm where he not only becomes a dangerous creator, but also risks his own humanity. The real horror of the narrative might not reside solely in the monstrous figure of the creature, but rather in the ethical abyss Victor descends into in his quest for power and recognition. As we examine Victor's actions, parallels emerge with other archetypal figures from mythology and folklore. Characters who, like him, ventured too far in their pursuit of knowledge and faced dire repercussions. Take the tale of Icarus, who flew too close to the sun with wings crafted from feathers and wax, defying both nature and fate. Just as Icarus plummets into the sea after soaring too high, Victor faces his own fall. He creates a being that defies the natural order without considering the ramifications of his actions. This notion compels us to question the ethical implications of creation, both in Victor's scientific endeavors and in the act of parenting itself. Does Victor's inability to take responsibility for his creation signify a deeper form of monstrosity? Or is he simply a product of his own ambition and fears, doomed by his desire to play God? In this unfolding drama of creator versus creation, the true essence of monstrosity begins to blur. While the creature is often perceived as the embodiment of horror, it is ultimately Victor's neglect and abandonment that manifest as profound monstrosity. As he shuns his creation, it becomes a tragic figure, lonely and desperate for connection, inviting compassion rather than fear. The creature itself raises poignant questions about identity, acceptance, and the impact of isolation on the human psyche. Are we not all shaped by the actions of those who create us, whether they be parents, society, or even the deities we worship? As we grapple with these layers of meaning, the confrontation between Victor and his creature serves as a powerful reminder of the profound moral questions surrounding the act of creation. Who truly holds the mantle of monstrosity? In this dynamic interplay, the boundaries of humanity and horror dissolve, leaving us pondering the consequences of ambition, neglect, and the innate desire for belonging. As we explore the mystical dimensions of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, we can't ignore the profound impact that esoteric beliefs and the occult had on our narrative. The late 18th and early 19th centuries were ripe with fascination for the unexplained and the mystical, from the alchemical pursuits that sought to unlock the secrets of life to the burgeoning interest in spiritualism. Shelley's intimate circle included intellectuals who frequently entertained revolutionary ideas about existence, many of which flirted with the taboo. This overlapping interest in the arcane and the scientific creates an intriguing backdrop for the tale of Victor Frankenstein, whose quest for forbidden knowledge draws heavily on the fears of an era teetering on the edge of modernity. How does the essence of these mystical pursuits permeate the narrative, and what truths lie hidden within these explorations of the unknown? In Frankenstein, the creature becomes emblematic of those societal fears, acting as a dark reflection of both creator and culture. As Victor strives to unravel the mysteries of life through unorthodox experimentation, he taps into a wider folklore that warns against tampering with the natural order. This volatile interplay between human ambition and nature's laws evokes a potent metaphor for the anxieties surrounding the scientific advancements of Shelley's time, especially in an age marked by rapid technological change and a diminishing faith in traditional beliefs. The creature's existence is more than a scientific experiment. It draws upon eons of myth regarding creation, life, and death. As viewers consider these elements, the narrative transforms into a cautionary tale that invites contemplation of the unforeseen consequences that can arise when man attempts to wield powers traditionally reserved for the divine. By highlighting the occult underbelly of Shelley's work, we uncover a profound commentary on the existential dread that accompanies progress. As the boundaries between the known and the unknown begin to blur, her tale serves as a mirror reflecting the growing societal apprehensions about the limits of scientific inquiry. The creature, once brought to life, becomes a vessel for these fears, embodying the monsters not just of science gone awry, but of societal rejection and the essence of what it means to be human. The fusion of magic and reality in Shelley's storytelling compels us to confront the uncomfortable truths about our own ambitions and the shadows they cast. In a world increasingly defined by technology and innovation, Shelley's insights remain hauntingly relevant, serving as a reminder that with great knowledge comes great responsibility. How far will we go in our quest for understanding, and what esoteric forces might we awaken in the process? As we reflect on these motifs, we are drawn into a rich dialogue about our own era's relationship with the arcane and the rational, leaving us questioning just how much of our reality is woven from the threads of magic, myth, and ambition. The legacy of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein extends far beyond the pages of her groundbreaking novel. It has reshaped the landscape of modern storytelling and cultural narratives about the nature of monstrosity. From its initial publication in 1818 to contemporary adaptations in film and literature, Shelley's tale has evolved, reflecting the shifting fears and fascinations of each generation. The image of the monster, originally misunderstood and tragic, has become a versatile symbol in popular culture, embodying our deepest anxieties about technological advancements and the ethical dilemmas of creation. As we examine the countless portrayals of Frankenstein's creature in various media, from classic horror films to literary reinterpretations, we begin to see how deeply ingrained these themes of ambition and consequence have become in our collective psyche. But what do these evolving interpretations say about us and our relationship with creation? At its core, Frankenstein invites reflection on the moral complexities tied to ambition and scientific exploration. Each new iteration of the story challenges audiences to confront not only the monster, but also the creator's responsibility toward their creation. Adaptations, spanning from Boris Karloff's iconic portrayal to modern adaptations like Mary Shelley's own Frankenstein, and even more recent tales that intertwine horror with nuanced character studies, have sparked conversations about what it means to be human. The ambiguity of morality, the quest for understanding, and the struggle for acceptance remain relevant as we grapple with our own challenges in a rapidly changing world. The tale reminds us that our ambitions can lead to monstrous outcomes if left unchecked. The question lingers: how will we navigate the moral landscapes of our own creations, whether they are technological, artistic, or societal? As we conclude our exploration of the monster's legacy, we invite you to reflect on the shadowy realms of your own creations, both seen and unseen. What do you nurture? And what might those creations reveal about your own fears or aspirations? The story of Victor Frankenstein is one of caution and contemplation, and its lessons resonate today as we stand on the cusp of new scientific frontiers and ethical dilemmas. The intersections of ambition, identity, and responsibility in Shelley's work compel us to rethink our roles as creators in our own narratives.